comes to mind?
For some reason, I'm not. It's not so much a visual, but a
feeling.
A feeling.
All right. So I'd like for you to just go into that feeling and describe what the feeling is. What's the first thing that comes to mind? What word is associated with this feeling?
Almost like a Robin Hood, but like a fox.
The more you describe it, the more you'll understand it. So go ahead and begin to describe as the images begin to come to mind. What do you sense of this fox?
Like a fox dressed as Robin Hood.
Very good. So I'd like for you to just acclimate yourself into that body completely and describe it for me. Look down at your feet, for example. What do you see?
like shoes that almost look like they're kind of curl and pointed and
What color are these shoes?
Tan.
What do you look like? What's the rest of you look like? Look at your legs. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Just sense it.
It's like I'm a fox, but I'm standing up like I'm a person. But I don't see fox legs. It's almost...
Okay, what legs do you see?
I think they're... I can't really, I just see the shoes.
So imagine if you can't see your legs. Feel them. Imagine if you were to touch them with your energetic hands. What do they feel like?
I think that they're somewhat human-like.
Yes. Human-like legs. Do they have any hair on them? Just your first impression.
No.
No. Okay, very good. So I don't want you to analyze it. I want you to just say it.
And
what does the rest of you feel like?
It's almost like a human-like body. With a fox head.
Very good. And how are you dressed?
Like Robin Hood.
Like Robin Hood. Take a look at your hands. What do they look like?
Almost feels like I'm making this up, but
That's okay.
Human?
They're human hands. Very good. What else do you get from here? What else are you sensing? Look around your surroundings. Where is this place? Feel what's beneath your feet. Use your senses. I don't want you to try to see. Just imagine.
I think I'm in... I can't see it, but I can feel it. I think it's like a forest.
So I want you to just switch all of your senses to feeling. Because if you were blind, that's what you would be using. So in this case, I want you to use those other senses of feeling, of knowing, of sensing, even smells. So just sense your way around this place. Does it seem like this forest is very, very tight, or is it open up? What does it feel like?
I can only...
Just sense it.
I'm surrounded by trees.
Mm-hmm. Are these large trees or small trees?
Large trees.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
For some reason, I feel alone in the forest, though.
Mm-hmm.
And the fox, it's almost... It doesn't seem realistic looking fox. It's almost like cartoonish.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't want you to judge at all.
Mm.
Tell me more. Tell me more of your surroundings. You feel alone. Does this feeling alone make you feel good? What do you sense?
I feel pretty neutral about it.
Very good. Very good. All right. So now that we have sensed your body, let's find out what this place is. Can you move through this forest?
Yes.
All right. So begin taking me on this journey with you and tell me everything that you see as you move through the forest. What's there? Just describe everything that you encounter. Use all of your senses.
Walking and the sky is blue.
Mm-hmm.
Surrounded by big fir trees. You can hear birds.
Mm-hmm. Are you holding anything?
No, but I have some type of satchel.
Mm-hmm. What's in that satchel?
For some reason, the first thing that comes to mind is bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Where are you carrying the satchel?
It's kind of like across my body, like a shoulder. Mm-hmm. Across my shoulder to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Just keep walking and see what you're doing in that forest. What are your feelings as you're walking through there?
I feel like maybe I'm not sure.
All right. So let's see if we can go to a place that you are sure of. Let's close this scene and go to the place where you live, that you call home. I'd like for you now to see yourself in front of that place that you call home. Be there now. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is a cave.
A cave. Mm-hmm. Describe the cave for me. Where is it?
Sensing it's in kind of at the edge of the forest.
Mm-hmm. How do you get inside this cave?
There's just an opening, but for some reason I'm just seeing dark.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to just switch on your inner knowing and your inner lights and see what's inside of this darkness. What's the first thing that comes to mind in this darkness?
It's like a little fox den, but like,
fox den.
but like,
What do you
for
see?
like, there's like a desk and
A desk.
like,
What else do you see?
a little like writing. Like the desk has like stuff for writing. A writing fox.
A writing fox. Very good. That's okay. What else do you see around you?
So weird, like a reclining chair, but like a grandma's reclining chair. Fireplace.
Do you feel that you live in this cave, in this den by yourself? Or do you sense anybody else living there with you?
I think I'm alone.
How do you feel in this place?
Good.
Feels good.
Yeah.
So what I'd like for you to do now is we're going to go to a time when you're actually sitting at that desk writing something. So be there now, in that moment, and see what you're writing with.
It's like a pen made out of wood.
A pen made out of wood. Tell me more. What are you writing on?
Paper.
Are these sheets of paper or a book? What does it look like?
It's like sheets of paper.
Touch the paper. How does it feel to you?
Smooth. Almost like modern day printer paper.
Very good. So let's take a look at that paper and see if there's anything written on it now. What's the first impression you get as you look at these papers?
I can't see, but for some reason the words that are coming to my mind are "my dearest Julia."
All right, so I'd like for you to just shut off that part of you that tries to see and just receive the words that are written on that paper. Go ahead and read what's coming to you after "my dearest Julia." What comes next?
Where have you been?
Keep going.
I've been trying to reach you, but I have no way of finding you. I'm losing it.
What do you feel when you hear the words, "my dearest Julia"? Where have you been? What do you feel inside?
I think, confusion.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you're feeling. Where have you been? I've been trying to reach you. Where do you feel that?
I can feel it in my stomach.
Mm-hmm. So let's see if we could find where Julia is. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And let's find Julia. Take a deep breath in now. 5. Going through time and space. 4. Looking for the life of Julia. 3. Drifting and floating. 2. Allow the images and feelings to appear. And 1. Be there now. Trust your first impression. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Rome?
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. What do you experience?
Only thing that comes to mind is
Don't analyze it, just say it.
Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. As you're in this Roman Empire, do you feel you have a body there?
I can't tell. I just, I can only hear Rome and Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm. So keep following that voice. Let's keep following that voice. Allow yourself to just say that over and over again, Roman Empire. And let's find what we're looking for. Keep saying it.
Guillotine?
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. Keep saying the words as they come out.
Stoned to death.
Mm-hmm.
These are just all the words that are popping in my
That's
mind.
fine. That's fine. So I'd like for you now to see the picture in your mind. Just see the picture coming up. What is it? What comes up? Listen for the words then.
Witch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who's a witch?
Julia.
Julia. Mm-hmm. So let's find out. I'd like for those words to just tell you. What does this human fox have to do?
I'm Julia.
I'm Julia. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't sense the fox fully because I'm Julia.
All right, Julia. So tell me, Julia, I'd like for you to go ahead and begin feeling this body and telling me what Julia feels like.
I'm human, dressed in, I can see kind of like a long skirt, almost like a dirty apron.
Mm-hmm.
reason, blonde.
I don't want you to analyze or judge. Just say what you feel.
Long blonde hair, bangs, blue eyes.
Where are you? The more you talk, the more you understand.
I think I'm in a stone, a cobblestone house. I'm outside, like by a well. I'm getting water with a wooden bucket. I look like I'm dirty, like my face is dirty, my hair is messy, the apron's dirty. And I think somehow the connection with the fox is multidimensional. And I think we both understand that.
So what are you doing with that water from the well?
Just getting water. I think I'm doing chores.
How old are you there, Julia?
23.
Very good. So I'd like for you now to close this scene and move to a scene in that same lifetime of Julia, doing whatever it is that you do in that lifetime. What do you do in that lifetime?
I think I'm like a maid, or a house girl,
I want you to just sense where it is that you work.
I'm still sensing the cobblestone village.
Keep going.
I think I'm just poor, and my life, I take care. The word swine came up.
You take care of the swine?
I think so. Yeah, I think I take care of the swine, and my day in and day out is just chorish type things.
How do you sense what's going on with your life? How do you feel about it?
I think
I want you to switch it to I know. What do you know about this life?
I am not, I'm sad. I have a lot of sadness. My face is melancholy all the time. I don't have a sense of purpose here. And I'm pretty sure I know I'm a witch, but I can't practice any of my magic because I fear I'll be stoned to death.
All right. So, Julia, let's close this scene, and we're going to now move forward to another important day in your life when something very, very significant is happening in that lifetime. I'd like for you to see yourself there now. Where are you?
I'm being hung.
I'd like for you to just detach yourself from that body and just watch it as an observer. And you can connect with all of those that are around you. What is the reason why this is happening?
Because people don't understand or believe in what it is that I understand and I'm doing.
I want you to connect with all those people accusing you of being a witch. How does that feel to you?
They're happy to do this to me, but for some reason I don't really care that I'm misunderstood because I know what's going on.
All right, so I'd like for you to take your last breath in that lifetime and just detach your soul from that body. And from that perspective, you can see your whole lifetime. You can see the major events in that life. What was the purpose of living that lifetime as Julia?
To accept my true nature despite ridicule and being misunderstood.
Were there any lessons that you learned from that?
That it's okay to not fit in.
So, Julia, what happened to your soul after you left that body? Where did you go? Let's find out. I'd like for you to follow your spirit's path and tell me what happened. Where did you go?
The light.
Tell me more.
I just see light.
I'd like for you to follow that light. And let's look for your guide or guides. Keep following. And just describe everything that happens on the way.
I can't see, but I can hear Raphael, Michael.
Are they speaking with you? What do you hear them say?
That lifetime was important part of figuring out my divine path.
Mm-hmm. What is your divine path? Has that been figured out?
To raise the vibration of the collective consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Through my energy and hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
I have to follow the path of hypnosis. It's extremely important.
Why is that so important?
It's going to uncover messages that need to be heard universally, so that humanity can understand what's going on here, to understand that we have become so ego and fear-based that there is an imbalance of the divine, masculine and feminine, and through hypnosis, messages like what's being channeled through Christina right now, these messages are divinely guided to give us the answers to what can't fully be seen right now. But it's important that these messages are delivered so that we can raise our vibration and collectively ascend to New Earth.
Mm-hmm. Did Christina choose to come into this life with that purpose?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why is it that Christina chose so many obstacles in this lifetime?
So that she could understand empathy to a degree that she not only could understand it through feelings, she had to physically go through many trials and tribulations to lead her to where she is now, because she has an addictive personality, and this lifetime would have been really easy for her to go down a unhealthy path. And so she needed to emotionally and physically go through a lot of trauma so that she could get to where she's at right now. Because in order to be a healer and guide others, she wouldn't have understood if she didn't go through those things herself.
Mm-hmm. But why so dramatic? Why so much pain, so much drama? I mean, her back still flares up, her knees, all of the pins that she has, her head. Why so dramatic? Did she need such a strong message?
It had to be dramatic, or she's like she'd be very easily distracted.
Mm.
Like very... The physical trauma was necessary because if she didn't have the physical trauma that she had, she's reminded of the pain when she can feel her injuries. She's reminded of the pain, and that keeps her humble.
Okay.
And that physical pain gives her greater empathy to her nursing clients.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to be physically stopped in her tracks to slow her down so that she could actually focus on the path that she is on now, or else shiny objects would just distract her and she would go chase after them.
Mm-hmm. So is she on the right path now?
Yes.
Okay. Who is guiding her on this path? Because she did see Raphael and Michael. Who are her guides?
His name came up again. Annalisa.
Annalisa. Can you tell me who Annalisa is?
Also an angel.
Okay. Now, she told me that when she had her car accident, when she split open her head, that the angel had blood on it. What was the message? Was there something there?
That car accident was on purpose.
Okay. Can you tell me about that car accident? Why was it on purpose?
She was about to go down a dark path. That car accident had to happen to stop her, because it stopped a new dark chapter from opening up, because she's already had many dark chapters. And that chapter would have been a repeated cycle of something she's already went through and learned. And she was not supposed to go to Burning Man. Because if she went to Burning Man, she wouldn't have been here today.
Okay. So that would have been the end of her.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she have anybody besides Annalisa helping her that day?
Michael.
Is that who helps her?
Michael. And Uriel.
And Uriel. Very good. So I know that she often does feel alone, even though she has these archangels. Why is it that even when she has friends and relationships, she still feels alone?
She's spent many lifetimes alone.
Did she choose to be alone?
Yes.
For what purpose?
because she's a spiritual leader.
Mm-hmm.
And can be easily distracted by relationships, especially because she lets them consume her mind and time, and often will put their own emotional issues and traumas and take them on as her own.
Well, she says she's a caretaker, that she's there to help other people, but almost to the extreme. Is that what she's doing?
Yes.
Is she giving away some of her power when she does that?
Especially this lifetime, she's given away almost all of her power. And that's what keeps bringing her back to these dark spaces.
So what can she do moving forward now to take back her power?
Just like everyone's been telling her, draw healthy boundaries. Learn not to be so judgmental and harsh on herself. Accept that everyone is on their own divine path, and that she cannot force anyone to see and understand what she sees and understands. Because we all have our own personal journeys and lessons and karma to work out.
How much karma does she have to work out?
She's worked out a lot of karma through many lifetimes. And this is the lifetime where she's finally figured it all out. And there's still residue of things that she's had to work out, but she understands that now, and she understands karmic relationships and the law of attraction.
When she was younger, was she attracting partners in her life that treated her badly?
She was attracting dark situations. And when she finally attracted a light, a light being, a person, a more spiritually based relationship, the darkness was still inside of her, and so she rejected it.
Okay. How is she doing now with that darkness?
She's working through it, and she's going to come out of it soon.
Okay. This darkness that she has, is it something that's attached to her, or something that she created?
Both.
Both. Okay. Would it be beneficial to assist her with that today in this session?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like for you to go ahead and do a scan of her body, and let's see where she has this darkness now. Her body should be completely white and light. Where in her body do you see some darkness?
Groin.
Her groin, okay. So can you tell me if that darkness in her groin is something that she created as a thought form, or is it something that's attached to her? Did she grow it herself, this darkness?
I can't tell.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring that energy up so that you can give it a voice, and we can speak and see if it's something that was created by Christina, or is it something that was attached to her. So I'm going to bring my energy over the groin area, and I'm going to start circulating it up, 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 up. Feel it coming up, 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 up. And go ahead and lend it your voice. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This energy I'm speaking with, does it have a gender? Is it male or female?
Male.
Male, all right. Do you have a name that you go by?
Julio.
Julio. And Julio, how old are you?
24.
24. And what year is it for you, Julio?
1989.
1989. So, Julio, can you tell me what happened to you? How did you lose your body? What was the last time that your body was alive?
Killed.
How were you killed, Julio?
Murdered.
Can you tell me how you were killed and murdered?
Stabbed.
Okay. Where did they stab you?
In the groin.
And what was the reason why someone would stab you in that area? What was going on with you?
Gang affiliation.
Gang affiliation. So what happened after that body died? Where'd you go?
Just stayed around. What else was I going to do?
It was a sad moment, wasn't it? To lose your life in such a bad way.
I deserved it.
So, tell me, Julio, how did you find Christina?
She's a baby.
She was a baby. What was she doing at the time when you found her?
She was playing with her toys. She was just sitting on the floor, playing with her toys.
So, once that you saw this baby playing, how did you attach to her groin? Did she invite you?
No.
No. So actually, you did this against her free will.
I guess.
So Julio, this whole time that you've been with her, how have you been influencing her?
I've made her. I've drawn darker sexual energy into her life.
Why is that, Julio?
Because I'm dark.
I see. What are you doing to her now?
Bringing her shame.
About her past? So, Julio, it seems to me that ever since that body died, you've kind of been lost, haven't you?
Yeah.
You see, Julio, when a body dies, the first thing the spirit needs to do is look for that light within them. This is the light of the Creator. This is the God spark within you. This is what created you. And when we follow that light, it's how we follow our way back home. And you've been lost all this time. Are you ready now to find that light within you? All right, so I'd like for you to just go inside of yourself and find that little spark of light. It may be a little pin light, but it's there. Find it for me and tell me when you see it. All right. Now I'd like for you to use your mind and expand that light out, way, way out. And tell me what comes with that light. What do you feel from it?
It's good.
Feels good. This is what it feels like to go back home. And you've been all this time here, not knowing where to go. What do you have to say now to Christina for giving her all of this feeling of shame and darkness?
I'm really sorry.
Take a deep breath in now, Christina. What do you have to say back to Julio? Can you forgive this soul for losing his way?
Yes.
Yes. So I'd like for you now to just go way inside and find all those cords that are connected from Julio to you. And I'd like for you to begin pulling out those cords like weeds. Pull them all out. And as you do that, I'm going to speak with Julio. Julio, I'd like for you to fill yourself with that light completely. Fill yourself with that light. And I'd like to call in your guide, your own personal guide. And tell me when you see this guide. What does your guide tell you?
We've been waiting for you.
Are you ready now to go with your guide?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to call in my team also. Archangel Michael and the angels of the white light. And I'd like for them to accompany both of you back home. And tell me, Julio, when you get there, who's there to welcome you? Give her a big hug. And may the light of the universe always accompany you, Julio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very good. And now I'd like to call forth the guides that are here helping Christina. I'd like for her to call Annalisa forward. And also Archangel Michael and Raphael. And I'd like for you to go ahead, Raphael, and begin spreading your beautiful green light into that area where Julio was before. And let's seal that area and let's begin to transform it into this beautiful white space. Using that green light to just seal it and fill it with white. And as we do that, let's continue looking over the body and see if there's any other shadows that we need to look at. Anything else there? Her feet, okay. So let's find out what's going on with her feet. What does it look like on her feet? Red, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down by the feet. I'm going to shake the feet and begin bringing the energy up all the way back. Let's shake these feet up and let's start bringing this energy up. Feel the energy coming up all the way up the torso and allow it to speak for you. Good morning, feet. Is this the energy that's there?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me, is this an energy that was created by Christina, or is it an energy that was attached to her? Edna. All right, Edna. How old are you?
89.
Edna, you're 89 years old. What are you doing in her feet?
Making them hurt.
Making them hurt. Edna, what year is it for you?
1938.
1938. So tell me, Edna, what happened to your feet? What was the situation when you were alive in that body?
I just got old.
You got old?
Yeah.
And you couldn't walk very much, Edna?
Yeah.
So, Edna, when that body died, what happened to your spirit? Where did you go?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. So how did you find Christina? You obviously went somewhere.
Yeah. She got surgery on her feet.
She got surgery on her feet. How did you find her in that hospital?
That's where I died.
Okay, I see. So, Edna, after you got into her feet, how did that make you feel?
Great.
Great. You were able to walk again.
Yeah, she was getting surgery on her feet. And she is young and healthy, and I mean, why not?
Well, one of the reasons why not is because that was her body, not yours, Edna. You already had an opportunity to live that life. As a soul progresses and through its evolution, what it does is it takes on different bodies for different experiences. You lived the life of Edna, and after that body died, your soul, your spirit, should have gone back home, where you could have gone through a time where you could have seen your family, your friends, gone to school, and then chosen a brand new body just for yourself to once again experience what you wanted to learn in the school of Earth or anywhere else. Why choose a different body that's not yours?
She seemed fun.
She seemed fun.
I wanted to have fun.
Okay.
My life wasn't fun.
I see. So, Edna, what have you been doing to her all this time that you've been in her feet?
I've been making the pain, even though she had the surgery. I keep the pain there and in her knees. I sometimes make her feel like an old lady.
She's not an old lady, Edna. And you're not an old lady, you're a soul. And you're free to move around, but you chose this body. Edna, did you forget where home was?
I guess so.
Do you know it's right inside of you? The path is within. Take a look inside of you, Edna, and find that little white light. Do you see it?
No.
All right. Keep looking for it. And maybe like a little pin light. Maybe a little pin light. And when you see it, all you have to do is expand it out more and more. Because you see, Edna, this light is a reminder of where you came from, who created you. You were created by the creator of light. Feel that light, Edna. How does that light feel? Make it bigger now. Expand it out so you can get the full effect of this loving light. So just so that you understand what this light is, I'm going to have you just check out what's on the other side of this light, but I want you to come back to me. Go ahead, Edna. Detach yourself from her feet and look and see what's on the other side of that light. What's there?
Heaven.
Does that look like fun? Are you ready to stay in that place with such beauty? But before you do, I think that you need to say something to Christina. You've been causing her a lot of pain, haven't you?
Yes.
What do you want to say to her?
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't have a fun life.
Can you forgive yourself for that, Edna?
Yes.
All right. Take a deep breath in now. Christina, can you forgive Edna for not knowing any better?
Of course.
All right, so go down into your feet and make sure that you have detached this soul from the roots. Imagine as if it was weeds, and pull them all out. Pull all of her influence out of your feet. And now, Edna, I'd like to call in your own personal guide, the one who's been waiting for you for a long time, and tell me when you see your guide. What does your guide tell you?
It's my husband.
What does he tell you?
You're a silly old lady. I've missed you.
Are you ready to go with him? Very good. Go with him, Edna. May the light of the universe always accompany you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, I'd like to call in Annalisa and the archangels, and I'd like for them to go ahead and begin sealing your feet with that beautiful light. What light would you like to use for your feet?
Purple, green.
Let's do that. Let's fill it and tell me when it's completely sealed.
Okay.
All right, very good. So now that we have that done, let's take a scan of the rest of the body and see if there's anything else in the body that we need to take care of.
Her head.
Her head, okay. So let's take a deeper scan of that head and see if that's something that she created or something that is attached.
She created.
All right, so let's find out what is the origin of what is in that space. I'd like for you to go ahead and find out what color, shape, texture this thing in her head is.
Black.
Black. Does it have a texture?
It's like fuzz.
Black fuzz. Okay.
Like static, like black. It's heavy.
It's heavy, okay. So as you're focusing on this black, fuzzy static in that head, I'd like for you to just see if any words come popping out that created this black thing. What words are popping out of it?
Fear.
Fear.
Guilt. Shame.
All right, so I'd like for you now, as you take those 3 words, just feel those words. Feel them. And just make those words very, very strong inside of that black, fuzzy static. And let's begin to follow those words back to the origin of what created this black stuff. I'm going to count from 5 back to 1. And in your mind, I want you to just keep accentuating those 3 words. Fear, guilt, and shame. Let's begin now. 5. Going through time and space, finding the origin. Fear, guilt, and shame. 4. Through time and space. Fear, guilt, and shame. 3. Fear. 2. Guilt. And 1. Shame. Where are you?
It's a past life.
Tell me where you are.
I feel like I'm in some type of, maybe like a mining.
So focus on your body in this place and tell me, are you male or female?
Male.
Male. How old do you feel there?
45.
And what year is this?
I think it was 1975. 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's what comes to mind.
All right, so look at your surroundings and tell me what's going on there.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah, I think I'm a minor.
Mm-hmm. And what's going on in this mind? What are you feeling?
I don't think I can provide for my family.
Mm-hmm.
I drink.
Mm-hmm. You drink. What do you drink for?
To numb the pain.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about your life.
I have a family.
Mm-hmm.
A wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't make enough to provide for them.
All right. So I'd like for you to see your family before you and look into their eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize those eyes in the lifetime of Christina? Do they seem familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I'm losing it.
All right, very good. So let's close that scene and let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. Just move ahead and tell me, where are you?
In bed.
Mm-hmm. How old do you feel there?
In my 70s.
Okay. And what are you feeling about your life?
Not good.
Mm-hmm. Tell me where that is.
I'm in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you by yourself?
I think that my kids are around, but I don't feel a strong connection. I think that I might have essentially abandoned them and my wife to lead a life of isolation and alcoholism.
All right. So I'd like for you now to just disconnect from that body, taking the last breath, releasing that spirit. And as a spirit, you can look at that whole lifetime. You can understand how you felt during that whole lifetime. What comes up?
Guilt, shame.
So how is it that you're affecting the lifetime of Christina?
I haven't let it go. I carried on.
Now that you're in spirit, can you forgive yourself for not knowing any better?
Yeah.
Would you allow me to take that from you today?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to put my hand over your heart, and I want you to feel all of that fear, guilt, and shame just oozing out of your whole soul, and feel it coming out. Feel the energy of fear, guilt, and shame pulling out, knowing that you did the best that you could under the circumstances. Understanding that that was lessons from that life, and that all we need to do now is start over with those lessons, with that experience, so we can make it better. So I'd like for you to just tell me when I have taken all of that fear, guilt, and shame from your soul. Let's pull it out, pull it out, pull it out, all the way out, and send it to the universe for healing.
It's done.
And now we need to replace all of that with something beautiful, something that it's empowering to you, so that you can move forward as a soul with so much more power and confidence. What would we like to put in that space instead?
Self-love.
That's what lots of self-love, and I'm going to go ahead and just direct that energy with self-love going in. What else would you like to put in there?
Gratitude, respect.
Let's put gratitude and respect.
Warmth.
As I put that in, just feel it going through your entire soul. What else?
Warmth.
Lots of warmth. Warmth of love going through you.
Empathy.
Let's put lots of empathy. Empathy for yourself first. Understanding that you only did as well as you could under the circumstances of that lifetime. What else would you like to put in there?
Light.
Let's put lots of light in there. Feel that light coming in. What color is that light?
Purple.
Beautiful, healing purple. Feel it just filling up your entire soul. And now that you have all of that within you, are you ready now to disconnect from this lifetime? Feeling that confidence within you?
Yeah.
Very good. So go ahead now and begin to release from the lifetime of Christina, pulling away all of that energy from that lifetime. Very good.
Oh, now I have to pee.
Very good. So I'm going to, in a moment, just touch your shoulders. When I touch your shoulders, you could open your eyes. And when you come back, you'll go even deeper than you are now. Eyes open. Beautiful work. Look up at my hand. And just sleep. Using your breath to go deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. And as you breathe, allow yourself to begin to drift and float through time and space. Connecting once again with your guides. And as you just allow yourself to let go, I'd like to ask a few questions about Christina. What was the reason why she needed to be here today? Why was she brought here?
She needed to bring about these answers because these answers could only be answered through hypnosis because things that have happened to her through lifetimes she keeps carrying over. And in order for her to step into her power. She needed to figure out and understand what's going on within her and why all of these things have happened to her, because she has misunderstood what has been going on in her life. She thought that she had a lot of bad karma to work through, and that's why she's struggled so much. But she has worked out a lot of that karma and all of those things throughout so many lifetimes, and what's going on in this lifetime isn't karmically based, other than a couple of her relationships. The pain and struggle that she's been through has been purely choice, so that she could understand and see how strong she is. And she had chose those things and those situations so that she could see her own power and strength. And she came here today so that she could distinguish between choice and karma. And she is here today because she needs to quickly get over these things, because she's spent many lifetimes dwelling on the same issues and not understanding why. And this lifetime is the lifetime for her to step into her role as a spiritual leader, because she forgot many, many lifetimes ago who she really is and what her powers are. She forgot and let herself get caught in the karmic cycle of Earth School. And she is a very powerful being, and she is going to transform many lives through hypnosis. And she needs to get over herself so that she can do that.
But she has questions in her mind, like, for example, am I making this all up? What kind of connection does she have when she's in hypnosis?
She's channeling. She has connections. Her ego can be so loud sometimes. And even though she understands and knows what's really going on here, she still seems to struggle with believing it herself.
So is this a good experience for her as a hypnotist in the future for those who don't believe that they are hypnotized? Could this be used as an experience for her?
She needs to get over herself and actually share this message, because there's going to be many people that can relate. And even though she doesn't like being seen and photographs being taken of her, and she needs to get over that, because through watching this session, people are going to receive healing and deep understanding of their own soul.
Thank you for that. She has questions about money, because if she's going to be doing hypnosis, money is an issue for everyone. Why hasn't she been able to deal with money effectively in the past?
The lifetime as a minor, she lost all of her family's money.
Okay.
And the guilt of that has carried over. And so in this lifetime, she has done the same thing. She's lost all of her money, trusted the wrong people many times over, putting faith in the wrong situations because those situations that she put her time and money into, those people weren't deserving in a way of their intentions. And her intentions with where she was putting her money in those few times where she has lost a lot of money, her intentions weren't clear or right either.
So what is the best way for one to earn money easily and effectively?
Visualization. You're only going to attract money and the right energy when your intentions are right and clear. When you are on the right path and what you're doing is to help others, humanity, when what you're seeking out to do is for the betterment of not only yourself but others and humanity, money is going to come. But when you are focusing on material wants, things, ego-based wants, and things like expensive cars and clothes and vacations, things that you want to showboat, that will only be temporary.
So all those people who have made millions of dollars not being of service to humanity, are they knowing how to build money?
No. And even though they're monetarily rich, they are actually somewhat powerless. The beggar on the street that's humble and playing guitar with a smile on their face, getting a few dollars an hour maybe, is richer than the CEO that runs a company that demeans his employees and acts as though he's better than others, because that beggar on the street chose that humble life to show others and help others. Because when you give $1 to that person playing guitar on the street, you're seeing a human being. You aren't seeing a beggar. You are seeing you're seeing yourself, and you're understanding that we truly are all connected. But that CEO that likes to be a puppet master and hold power over others, he has a lot, or he or she has a lot to work through, and their next lifetime is going to be very difficult.
Okay, very good. So she's on the right path now of earning money?
Finally.
Finally, good. Before she came into this life, did she make agreements with other souls?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who are these souls that she's made an agreement with?
There's another that she's not close with yet, but will be.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows who that is.
What does she need to know about that relationship at this time?
They're linked through the Pleiades.
Okay. How is she linked through the Pleiades? Because she wanted to know if she's connected to any galactic star beings.
Her higher self is Pleiadian.
Okay. What else does she need to know about that?
She channels. She's channeling her higher self. Her Pleiadian higher self is channeling, and many of the people that are on the path right now to spiritual awakening, a lot of us are Pleiadian. A lot of us have evolved to the Pleiades.
So what is it about the Pleiades and Earth? What's the connection there?
They are helping us ascend.
Okay.
They are helping us ascend. That we are getting downloads, and we are channeling. A lot of people are channeling them and not realizing it. The Pleiades are our anchor to ascension.
Okay. Has the Pleiades gone through the same thing as Earth?
Yes.
Okay, so they're ahead of us and
They know. They already did this.
So what is happening right now to Christina? Because she says that things are happening to her. She's beginning to see shadows or sparks through the sides of her eyes. She's beginning to have different abilities that she didn't have before. What's happening to her at this time? Because you said you had downloads.
It's us.
Okay.
That's why she's not afraid. And the zaps of color. It's we can go in and out, and she needs to continuously sage her house every few days, because where her building was built, before it was, it's a newer building, and before it was built,
What was there?
a lot of poverty and a lot of drug use and actually murder.
So is she getting the remnants of these spirits there?
They're there too.
Okay. So what can we do today to assist those spirits?
She needs to trust that she has the ability to speak light language, and speak light language, even alone in her house, because those are downloads that are clearing the space. She needs to meditate. She won't meditate. She won't meditate. And to really harness her powers, she needs to meditate.
Okay. Were any of these attachments or past life thoughts keeping her from meditating?
Yes, because they didn't want to be found out.
Okay. So now that they're gone, can we begin working on that and bringing the energy through today that will assist her with clearing it up?
Yes, and she needs to... She's already realized that she needs to do this, but she needs to get back into her exercise routine because her body has healed enough now from her car accident. She needs to do more yoga, and she needs to ingest less chemicals and alcohol.
Okay, good. Can I ask for a particular guide on her behalf to remind her of that?
Michael.
Michael, very good. Thank you, Michael. And I'd like to know, what is her connection with animals? We know that in that lifetime that you showed her, she was feeding and taking care of the swine. What is it with cows that she loves so much? What's the connection with them?
She was a shaman in India. And cows are sacred to her.
Okay. Would you show her now a picture of that lifetime so she could see and absorb it all?
Beautiful lifetime. So many cows. They're adorned with bells, flowers. She could telepathically talk to animals, and she can still do that. And she thinks that she can do that this lifetime, but thinks that she might be silly. But that's just her ego. But that is why animals are so drawn to her, because she can speak to them telepathically. And that is why, even at a young age, she was going on and off with being vegetarian. Because when you're a child, you don't have, all of the outside your mind is almost like a clean slate, and it's just your inner child and the childlike wonder. And when you're in that state of a child and you have that childlike wonder, you remember past lives. And that's how it's so easy to be so imaginative. She was also a pirate in one life, and that's why she loved to act out as a pirate. And it was so she could visualize it so easily because she was channeling that lifetime, but she didn't realize it. And with animals, when she was a child, she was channeling that life as a shaman in India, remembering. But as she got older, and when you eat what your family cooks you, and you start to forget.
Yes.
And now that she has started to awaken again and go back on her divine path, that is why there's no other option than being vegan now. That is why she's vegan. Because there is no separation. We're all one.
Good. Now, talking about imagination, when we first began this session, she came across a human-like fox who was calling out for Julia. Who is that fox?
She knows.
Mm-hmm.
She knows.
Very good. Very good. And she will need to go back to California. And she needs to go on an airplane. And she's very afraid of airplanes. What is causing that fear? Where is that coming from?
She died in a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
The plane split in two.
Which lifetime was this? Was it here on Earth or somewhere else?
It was on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Was it before this one? Or somewhere else?
Somewhere else?
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to locate that soul.
New York.
All right, let's locate that soul that died in that crash and see what happened to that spirit. I'd like for you to go ahead and zero in and see what happened to that soul who died in that crash. I'd like for you to see that crash. What's happening?
Never got over it.
Never got over it. Let's find out what is it about that crash that you never got over. What is it about that crash?
It was so traumatizing and frightening.
Yes.
And that is what the reoccurring dreams are. And when the Twin Towers, when the planes went through the Twin Towers, she was probably a freshman, high school. But when that happened and she heard about that, it triggered the memories of this.
All right. So let's do a little time travel now, and let's begin changing some of the situations that happen, because we can change time as we go through it. So I'd like for you to go ahead and put her back on that plane before it came down. Is this a male or female on that plane?
Female.
Female. All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and see yourself on that plane and tell me what is happening. What's going on in your mind?
I can sense that something's going awry.
Where do you feel it? Feel it in your body.
In my stomach.
In your stomach. Okay. So I'd like for you to go ahead and just detach yourself from that body and see it from the outside as it happens. Just see it. Detach yourself and tell me what happened to that airplane.
Oh, I was coming from New York. I was going to... I was either coming or going to Pan Am. A Pan Am flight.
Pan Am flight, very good. So I want you to tell me where you see it from. Where do you see it from?
I'm in the plane.
Detach yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Detach yourself from that plane. And tell me what you see.
It's breaking in half.
Okay, so I want you to...
I'm in the back.
You're in the back.
I'm not in the plane from this point, but I...
All right. So I'd like for you to just turn on your spiritual eyes and see what happens to all those souls in the plane. What happens to them?
We all die.
Ah, look closely. You're looking at the bodies.
Oh,
Look at the souls.
They're rising up.
All right, and see who else is there rising with them. Who's there to greet them? Who's there to greet them?
Chores.
I want you to feel the feeling. Feel it. And I want you to listen carefully to what is said about the reason that all of these souls died together in that plane. What is the reason?
A lot of us were on a spiritual path. It was a lot of us shared this fear. And we had to face a fear. You have to move through it. To transcend it, you have to experience it. We had to do this, or we would have been, in future lifetimes, fear would have paralyzed us, stopping us from our divine mission and path. Because if we weren't able to travel, we couldn't fulfill our purpose.
Wonderful. So I'd like for you to go ahead and tell Christina, how should she handle future rides in airplanes?
She's already calls upon her archangels to protect her and the entire plane.
The entire plane of souls.
Yes, the entire plane of souls. And that's not going to happen again this lifetime. And she needs to understand that. She already went through that.
And she's been through even worse because she survived very, very tough accident, hasn't she? Even worse because she didn't get to leave her body in that one. She got to come back and feel the pain. So what advice would you like to give her when she thinks again of the airplane, getting into the airport and facing this all over again?
Remind herself that it's so important. Everything that she's doing is so important, and travel is going to become a big part of her life. And she needs to know that flying and being able to travel like that is a gift, and to not let fear run that, because she is protected. And we're always with her. And that to tell the world that this type of travel is advanced for us now, but in the grand scheme of things, we, in different dimensions, in realms, we can teleport with our minds, but we have to go through this type of travel and understand that things like car crashes and plane crashes are chosen. When you experience something so traumatic, there's no more why me. We chose all of these experiences. There's meaning in every little thing that happens to us. Shift your perspective. Everything is going to be okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. Do you have any other message for Christina or anyone else?
Right now is a really important time for humanity, and we are being met with a choice to either do the work, even though it's hard, and evolve, or stay the same and repeat the same lessons and stay tethered to 3D. Because if we don't do the work to raise the vibration of the collective consciousness through our own self-healing, we can't heal others without healing ourselves. Mm-hmm. And if you can't face yourself and be brave enough to start doing the work, you are not going to be able to raise your vibration and frequency enough to be able to ascend, and you will be forced to repeat many painful lessons. And the earth as we know it now in 3D living is not going to be able to support how we're living now. Mm-hmm. And that's why ascension is absolutely imperative, and the work has to start now. Time is of the essence.
Very good. Thank you so much. Completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Ooh.
Wow. What a trip, huh?
Wow.
What do you feel?
A lot of that are things I knew but needed validation.
Yes.
And a lot of it were things I thought I was making up.
Mm-hmm. That's how it is.
And now I know I'm not.
You think this will make you a better hypnotist?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
And there's something also I need to explore with when at the end Orion was going through my mind. So I'm going to need to explore that.
Yeah. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it worth coming all the way from San Diego to experience this stuff?
I would do this 1,000 times over. On a plane.
On a plane?
Yeah.
How do you feel about planes now? Now that you see it from a different perspective. You understand it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pan Am.
Pan Am?
Pan Am doesn't even exist anymore. You know, there was a Pan Am plane crash that crashed over San Diego. Mm-hmm. And the seats, and they sprinkled over a part of San Diego. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to think that maybe there was a connection with that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, because I don't know anything about Pan Am.
I do a lot.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So is this something you want to share, taking out some personal parts?
Yeah.
It's almost like your higher self said,
yeah,
you're supposed to.
Yep. Yes.
How long do you think this was? How did it feel to you?
45 minutes.
We're on the 2-hour mark right now.
Oh. What? Truly?
Yeah.
I wonder if I forgot some stuff. That's crazy.
2 hours.
This is going to help me understand my clients so much deeper. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What an experience.
Experience of a lifetime, really.
How was it for you?
For me, it was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Validated a lot, answered a lot of questions. Attachments I had no idea of. Now I understand.
Now you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Christina and I met a few months ago in the introspective hypnosis class.
Yes.
And so, you've been practicing hypnosis.
Yes.
How is this going to help you?
This is going to give me a deeper understanding of what my clients feel. I am not a very visual person. During my session, I couldn't see things,
But you were hearing.
but I could hear it.
You were doing dictation almost.
I could hear it. So I think that's going to be really helpful for my clients that aren't going to be able to visualize, because I can understand, because I couldn't visualize. So what happened was I could hear it. Things would just, they would, I don't know, like almost channeling names, describing.
What I heard, it was almost like you were doing like a translating service. It was like, they were saying something and then you were just...
Yeah. I felt like I was like
saying it
Rosetta
word by word.
Stone for the soul. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So this is an example of how someone who cannot see is using other abilities.
And do not let that deter you, because at first I thought I wasn't even in a trance. I thought that I was making it all up.
Yes.
You really do feel that way at first. I thought that for half of it, I thought I wasn't hypnotized, and I thought I was just full of bull. But
and then you went to the bathroom, and when you came back,
after I came back from the bathroom, then it was almost like the channeling was being streamed. I don't know what happened, but it was just kind of like, okay.
Because you go deeper.
Yeah, you do. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to get back to where I was.
Oh, it was fast.
It was actually deeper than I was before.
Yes.
And the words just flowed. So don't let it deter you. If you think that you're going to imagine this landscape and you're going to see everything and you're going to be somewhere else, that's not how hypnosis feels.
Yeah.
You still feel here.
Exactly.
And present. It's a really interesting feeling, and it's hard to describe unless you do it.
So now that you're going to hypnotize other people, now you understand how to explain it to them.
Yes. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people that think that they're not going to be able to be hypnotized. And I thought I was one of them, actually.
But we knew that. We saw you in class. You were very easily hypnotizable.
I know. I'm like... There's a photo of me on our class photos. Yeah.
And you tell me that you're going to continue to pursue being a hypnotherapist.
Yes,
in the future.
So did my higher self. So
and there is a difference between a hypnotist and a hypnotherapist. So
yes. I am actually going to go through, and I'm going to go to school full on and get my hypnotherapist certification. I feel it's important for me so I can navigate the different things that you encounter through hypnosis. It's my path, and I know it, and now I really know it.
Yeah.
So I thank you.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you?
I'm going to give you a website when you put the video up. I'm going to give you a website to list. Yeah, and you guys can contact me. I might not fully be ready then because I'm in a transition right now, but there's going to be a website where you can contact me and we'll go from there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So do you recommend this?
1,000%.
And tell them where you are.
I'm in Miami, Florida.
No. Now you're in Miami. Where are you?
Oh, not here now. I live in San Diego. So if you're in Southern California, once I'm taking clientele, that is where I am. So if you're in San Diego, LA, or anywhere in California, or once things roll, fly to me, just like you fly to Alba.
Yeah, and you're ready for it. So she's going to be ready. And you're a nurse.
Yeah.
So you know how to take care of people. So.
I do. So this is just a different form of taking care of people. It's instead of physically caring for people, I'm spiritually caring for people.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So if you would like a session with me, go to my website, albaweinman.com, sign up for the newsletter. And as Christina did, she did a lot of
It's really hard to get a session. So
she refreshed a lot the day that it was going to come out. Right?
I woke up at 5 a.m. California time because it was Eastern time, and I refreshed my email once a minute for 3.5 hours. Watched the email come through, and even on my first try, the first session that I clicked, I didn't get a session. It disappeared. So I went back, and there was one left, and I didn't even look at the day or time. I just clicked it, and
you're here.
And here I am. And I checked my calendar. I just happened to be off work that day because the people I work with were on vacation.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, meant to be.
So keep trying. And if you don't get a session with me, please come to one of my events. I'm doing gatherings all around the world. And the whole idea is to bring like-minded individuals on the spiritual path together in person so that you can meet each other. All right. So if I don't see you at a session, please come to my events. Thank you for watching. Until the next time. Bye. It took me a really long time to watch my session. I was dreading it, actually. Instead, it was very healing to watch and led me to important answers. So much in my head I didn't say out loud, though. Wow. I now understand why I was feeling so strange, off after my session, questioning myself. All I had to do was watch my session and everything came pouring in. Another lesson for me in procrastination. One that actually is starting to alleviate that, as well as the healing that I got from your session, Alba. I need to clarify a part of my session that gave me great confusion, and I'm hoping you'll let me write a comment that you pin on my video because I think it's important for people who are watching who want to have a session. I'm very clairaudient. A lot of different information coming in that I realized I did not say. Random words popping in my head. I can literally see on my face my reactions to certain confusing things that were coming in for me, as well as the stress of not immediately being visual, which disturbed the flow. I knew that the life as the miner and the life of the girl in the plane crash was certain. I could feel it deeply. I even knew I was a younger female. But words and phrases were just coming in, and I wasn't able to stream the details together. I couldn't grasp the lifetime of the miner and the time frame until I watched the session. And when that part came up, my clairaudience immediately came in. Chernobyl was repeated to me, which then triggered my remembrance of that same word coming through while in my session, but I didn't say it out loud. To be honest, I didn't know anything about that until I looked it up while watching my session. As soon as I did, I got the flood of knowing, and it linked me effortlessly to all I needed to know. I was the miner at Chernobyl, and I died in 1986. The last day of my life, I could not see, only feel, with random words coming to me. What was confusing is that my children still seemed somewhat young, not adults, and I didn't seem that old based on my knowing, but I truly felt old. And that was because I had acute radiation syndrome, and that's how I died. And part of the abandonment was because I died while my children were still younger. I also got divinely and effortlessly led to my life dying in the Pan Am flight. It was the life before the miner. I found the flight that was in fact en route to New York, and I found my actual self, obituary picture and all. I was an 18-year-old girl from Preston, England. It's funny, I used to talk in an English accent when I was a kid. My mom thought I was such a weirdo, and my best friend is British. I get it now. Astounding stuff. All the synchronicities and healing that has been slowly unfolding since my session. And I truly did go deeper after I went to the bathroom, and it was easier to channel, start to see flashes of visions. How this particular experience played out for me was important for my future as a hypnotherapist, so I can help others understand
who might go into a session tensely like I did, trying to control how I get the information. My session was more of a map, a guide. And now, almost a month later, I realize truly therapeutic, and it unlocked a lot of my abilities. I had to have that session with you to clear the energies that were keeping me stagnant and in the dark, to be able to truly do this. I also found out another one of my guides is Kali Ma, and I'm able to channel her. Crazy. I want to have a comment pinned so I can share what I just did with you and help others understand their experience or future experiences, and how every session and person is different in the way they receive information. And just like what you said, stop trying to see. Just know. Through conversation with some of my North Carolina ladies and reading through others' experiences, it's common to go through what I did after your session. And I want to try to help people understand that. My session was a map for my soul, and things are becoming so clear every second, Alba. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Love you. My website is www.therootofthesoul.com.